FNAF is one of the biggest horror franchises, spanning several games, books, and more, with countless fan-made movies coming out. Hell, it seems like they took less time to come out than the real movie, as while Minecraft still beats it for the most amount of years spent developing a video game movie with no actual release date. The FNAF movie is up there, except there's about 9 different scripts, one of which includes them as puppets invading Manhattan, which seems more fit for a parody movie, and this movie, FNAF, actually has a legitimate release date and is coming out in less than a month. But I digress. The amount of time it took was insane, but not without reason. There's a lot of lore within these games that's kinda hard to faithfully adapt it, even when ChuckE.CheeseFnaf is involved. Thus, throughout the years, several fans made their own attempts, with one being possibly the most popular and viewed. So I thought with the movie coming out soon, I thought I'd take a look back on it and see if it actually holds up. The film, I guess it's a musical technically, begins with the king of FNAF himself clocking into work. And you can tell it's a musical because it immediately starts with the phone guy setting up the rules. You know, the typical, animatronics getting quirky at night, the usual, and delivered in song format. However, Mark finds this blasphemous and quite quickly blows him off, phrasing. However, the trio, excluding Foxy at this point, hence why it's a trio and not a quad, you know what I mean, seems to be on their own plans. Seems like they're slow at these considering Bonnie has grown a whole mustache since the first game. And to be honest, for a fan-made musical, this doesn't look bad. Yeah, they're not life-size, but they look something like kids would actually want to play with and visit. Mark catches a glimpse, but he's not convinced, until this happens.
Except for one, could it be Bonnie staring right at me?
Huh. Never thought the new guy would be so familiar with their names. You know, for a guy claiming animatronics moving to be insane, he seems to pretty quickly accept the fact and know he'll be stuffed into a suit. He even says he'll be eaten like flesh fruit, when the worst they can do is just nibble ya. It seems more like an in-universe in which Mark has already played the games instead of a new guy, but again, he did really popularize this series, so it makes sense to have him in it. And honestly, the rest of the production looks good. The doors look good and move realistically. In fact, it seems like only the fan didn't work.
We're gonna try it again. Let's try it again. That's on. That's off.
Freddy tries appealing to his inner humanity, but after playing enough Happy Wheels, you kinda start to lose your sanity. Either that or getting killed for playing the game right.
There's a bar on the right side of our little task bar that shows how much noise we make.
Oh my god, oh my god!
Okay.
They give him a note. Aw, it or me. At least I think that's what it's saying. Then again, these are kids stuffed in suits. They probably have 2nd grade English level spelling, so that's actually pretty impressive, I guess. They enlist the help of Foxy to lure out Mark and gets Chica to stay in the kitchen. Wow, Freddy, didn't know you were so sexist. Maybe that's why Mark's afraid? He makes a disguise when Foxy comes out and...
Don't blink. Don't breathe.
Hey, that's a movie.
Baby, I love you.
You don't think this is a little weird for an animatronic with the soul of a dead kid to do? Alright, Mark starts tripping out because he locked the air vents, but no worries, the marionette is here to just kinda dangle around before the power goes out, with everything open and Mark exposed to the puppets singing.
Cause I love you through and through.
Your singing sucks.
The purple guy, AJ, shows up, who I'll just call AJR for short, that makes sense, to take over for Dave Shift. Mark leaves and... Did they put text over the video of a dead alarm clock? That's kind of funny. He goes back for night 2 and... You don't think that's a bit much for puppets that don't exceed the height of your hand?
Could it be these halls are echoing of death?
Yeah, cause you're gonna shoot him. Mark talks about how all his dreams have been it's me and all things relating to FNAF when, dude, it's only the 2nd night. Talk about obsessed. I think it'd make more sense if this was an in-universe thing where this was Markiplier who played the games and now the events are repeating, or someone mistakes him for a true hero and puts him in a real-life situation like the game, like Galaxy Quest.
And I'm surviving 5 nights.
Yeah, I'd hope so, man. You kinda have the entirety of the military's weapon stash on you. And the 4 you're up against just have the power of comedic miscommunication. Though to be honest, this song is pretty good and Mark is really good at singing. I know he's done songs, or at least people have edited what he says to be songs, but I'm pretty sure, again, most have just been like stitching clips of him talking with a tune under it, making it rhyme, which is a lot of effort, obviously, because it's a bunch of videos compiled into one, but I never really knew he could sing so well. However, Mark is so great at his job that he shoots a janitor. Nice.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
We forgot to lock the perp in again.
The chief's gonna have our badges for this one.
I won't tell if you don't.
Haha, we let a murderer free to roam around with a bunch of coked up assault rifles and machetes. Also, peep the Irish accent. Not like that's a bad thing, I just didn't realize that the first couple times I watched it. Mark gets home and dyes his hair red, his signature look at the time, as we get introduced to another main character, Nathan Sharp. Or just Nathan. Purple Guy calls him in just in the nick of time too. He's got a payment too big to pay. Dang, the perils of living in California. And inflation.
Saw kids burst in tears, a bear start eating the face.
Wait, so if this is talking about, well, I'm pretty sure there's 2 times a kid got bitten by one of the animatronics. Also confused how these small-ass puppets managed to do that in this universe, but both were in the 80s. So, does this take place in the 90s? Since you said it was 7 years ago, almost a whole decade? Huh. What? The box Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy were looking at gets open, and out comes Springtrap and ties Bonnie up, and I'm assuming he chewed the wires to the place as the doors don't lock, allowing him to bite at Nathan.
Got nowhere to run and I've got no place to hide.
I mean, you could just leave. I know you won't get paid, but yeah. But have no fear, the marionette is here and dead. Damn, showed up for 2 scenes just to get mauled by a fan. The real killer of this movie.
Springtrap tried to stuff him in a Freddy Fazbear suit.
Oh, that's horrible.
I can't tell if that was sarcastic or genuine.
The puppet was the only one who could defend us.
Now with him gone, there's no one to stop Springtrap.
Nathan could just stomp it, but okay.
Literally pay someone to be there.
Alright, shut the hell up, you're getting on my nerves. Being serious, Nathan calls AJR an apparent reference to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre by that ass shot. Or maybe Transformers 3?
Are you hearing voices?
Maybe the restaurant is haunted.
And the souls of the undead children keep talking to you.
Never thought I'd see the day children brutally stuffed into stinky little puppets would make light about it, but hey, it's been so long, or something. Nathan sends out Balloon Boy, repurposed in a modern sense, to find Springtrap. But that doesn't last long as Mark also gets found by the puppets. Nathan and Mark have a nice song, kind of mixing in each other's dialogue as Mark opens his closet door in a reference to FNAF 4.
Pizza!
Balloon Boy gets torn to shreds as Mark holds Freddy hostage until Nathan arrives, content to let his creation be mauled.
Euthanize shift. Are you with them?
No, I'm the Uber driver for a bunch of puppets.
Well, someone's got to do that for Jeff Dunham. Either way, Nathan and Mark talk with him finally getting the situation.
What do I get out of this? Psychological damage? A horrible, gruesome death? 25 years to life with a cellmate named Buffalo Frickin' Bill!
Well, considering the last time you were arrested for attempted murder, you just kinda left, so I'd say the odds are generally in your favor. And yeah, it was an attempted murder, as we learn later the guy lived. They make a plan to get the fire extinguishers in the building and lure Springtrap back into the room and hit him with everything they've got. Nice.
Somewhere here a monster's on the move. Something tells me we're all gonna be dead.
Hey, that didn't rhyme. Chica finds the extinguisher and runs towards the others as they spray Springtrap, hoisting him up. However, AJR appears, revealing his evil plan. He was behind all of this, all because he wanted more hours. Despite this, Nathan and Mark let him have his hours. Phone Guy interrupts, or at least the real Phone Guy, congratulating them on surviving 5 nights. However, he didn't plan on this, so out comes MatPat, definitely in the middle of one of his weirder videos judging by that outfit.
Who are you?
I suspect that the dogs in the Paw Patrol universe started as a race of aliens, able to communicate due to the mutations that space radiation had on their system.
Either way, MatPat lasts all of 2 seconds before getting brutally pummeled by Springtrap and, just dying. The next day, everything is alright, with Mark and Nathan talking. Yet, Nathan gets a call from MatPat, who didn't die in the fire, and one that doesn't sound anything like him.
How? It's probably obvious now, but Ash Ketchum, Bart Simpson, Gohan, and Popeye would all be girls.
He hangs up and throws the phone away, and Mark is sitting with MatPat's chainsaw fire thing. I guess it's like a blowtorch as well, I don't know. And that was FNAF the Musical. Pretty good for a FNAF musical, that is. It's a low budget and silly, obviously, but quite fun and endearing. Each short and doesn't overstay its welcome and has enough plot to keep you at least somewhat engaged. The set designs are nice, and it's just cool seeing a FNAF musical. Again, bizarre pairing, but there's so many songs of the game it kind of makes sense. Just wish they included one with Frank Sinatra in this. And for the movie, I'm pretty excited. It looks pretty good and expensive. I know there's that image with Mike surrounded by the animatronics that makes some people think they'll team up in a goofy way, but to me it looks like they're defensive over Abby since they were kids, and the last time they trusted an adult, like Mike, they landed in this situation. And plus the red eyes don't annoy me as long as it's used sparingly because I like the white eyes better, and it seems they're going with that. Plus Corey's going to be in the film, so that'll be fun. Curious to see who that Jan character is, wondering if it's this lady, maybe dead from Steve Raglan, aka William Afton, before maybe he kidnapped someone. Maybe this is how Vanessa ends up in the hospital because after killing Jan he tries to kill her. Or maybe he's just kidnapping Abby. Seems more like his thing. Either way, I'm curious to see what it holds. Be hard to top this. If you like these types of videos, I have way more on my channel, although their films, as of right now, technically struck work, so I'm only doing stuff like this that's on YouTube and maybe like foreign, international stuff. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.